There was a time in my life when I felt like it all collapsed at once. Not gradually, not one thing at a time, everything, all at once. Divorce, housing instability, financial pressure, and all of that while being a mother without a strong support system. And for a long time, my nervous system did not know how to slow down. I kept going and going because that's what I thought I had to do. When my life stopped feeling safe, I went into survival mode. And I absolutely tried everything that felt like fast stability. I moved through different businesses that I believed in: finance, sales, MLM, very grind-based coaching spaces. And I even very seriously considered and even signed up for surrogacy. This wasn't because I lacked ambition. That was never a problem of mine. It was because my body was desperate for safety. Even beyond a mental or logical understanding of it, it was very subconscious. It was internal. I was constantly on edge. I couldn't sit down. Relaxing made me feel guilty. There was this constant weight on my chest. My moods were extreme. I was depressed, erratic, and burnt out. And every single month, like clockwork, my body mirrored that back to me. And at first I didn't realize it. Like so many women in these types of situations, my cycle became louder. Heavy bleeding, painful cramps, emotional crashes. And at first I didn't notice the pattern. But eventually I started to realize that I'd push really hard, I'd get some results, I'd ignore my body, then I would burn out. Repeat, month after month. It wasn't that I had a discipline problem. It was dysregulation. At some point, I stopped asking, what's wrong with me? And started asking, what's my body trying to tell me? This wasn't my first rodeo at my body screaming at me and telling me that it wasn't safe and it needed a change. But after listening, I began to chart my cycle. At first, just out of curiosity, and I had some experience doing this in the past for birth control. But the more I learned, the more everything started to make sense. I learned that as women, rest is not optional, and that goes beyond our nightly 8 to 10 hours of sleep required for basic health and wellness. Rest for us is regulation. It's how we soften, it's how we get creative, it's how we go into our feminine flow. Understanding and syncing with my cycle helped me realize my power. It helped me understand myself and gain the ability to show up to my goals and my dreams with force and power, but soft power. It taught me how necessary rest was and how to rest and work both intentionally. Understanding that sometimes rest is work. And it's absolutely not from laziness or getting off the hook from doing something that is important. It's actually working smarter, not harder. It's getting things done in a way that supports us and actually ends up maximizing productivity and lessening burnout rather than just going so hard until we crash. And I realized something that changed everything for me. I had to be well, not just for me, but for my children. Health and wellness has always been so important to me. I've learned, I've studied, I've done classes. Getting to the bottom of understanding it has always been important to me. I stopped prioritizing productivity. I started prioritizing safety. I spent more time in nature than I ever had probably in my life. I practiced breath work, meditation, and I slowed my pace. And I don't mean this as a luxury, but as a foundation. Slowing down doesn't mean we have to be less ambitious. It doesn't mean that we have to have smaller dreams. It just means that we have to go at a different pace than our male counterparts. And that's okay. I was tired of fighting my body and tired of fighting my life. Now, don't get me wrong, my life isn't all the way figured out yet. I'm still building, but I feel regulated. I understand my energy and I respond to stress instead of spiraling. I feel safe enough in my body to create. I've gained a capacity to hold uncertainty without feeling like I'm going to die. And that changes everything. This channel is all about building and rebuilding, but not by force. Over here, we honor the feminine. Over here, we honor the principles of health and wellness. Over here, we honor an abundant universe with an unwavering, providing creator. It's about nervous system regulation, cycle syncing, and learning how to grow within the rhythm of our body. If you're in a season where it feels unstable, but you're committed to remain aligned, you're not alone. If you have dreams and aspirations that you want to bring into fruition, and you're tired of burnout and force, you're not alone. I'm taking you with me as I build, slowly, honestly, and in flow. If you're building a life that you truly love and desire, and you're learning to regulate along the way, I'd love to know, what's been the hardest part for you?